So in this video, I want to talk about barriers, or the barriers we have in our lives, or maybe not barriers, maybe the term for that is more like sticking points, how to get past the sticking point in your life. And I'm bringing up this point right now because I'm actually seeing this in my life right now when it comes to my weight loss journey. I'm not overweight. I'm actually quite fit, but I'm trying to get down to a lower percent body fat. Why? Because it's just seeing how it's just where I'm most happiest at. About 10 or so percent body fat below that. That's where I'm most happiest. So I was around 13 or 14, maybe a bit higher, maybe a lot higher than that. But yeah, so there's these sticking points that you have in life. You probably know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes, like it's like investing, it's like a business, it's like even a relationship. And I think this is where, breaking past the barriers or breaking past the sticking points is how you flow on in life and being prepared for those points. So what I mean by that is this. As we know, we may work really hard and we may do a lot of study and we may do a lot of research and we may work really hard and we may make a lot of progress. And then what happens is, even though you're working really hard, everything's going well, things are going well, you're making progress, but then suddenly you get a sticking point where you can't. It seems like there's a barrier there. You can't just break through it, and there's something there stopping you from taking it to the next level. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I myself was around 95, 96 kilos. And I said, okay, you know what? I'd love to get down to, I said to my partner at the time, I said to her, I could get down to 90 kilos easy. She goes, yeah, we'll do it then. I'm like, okay then. And so anyway, I sort of did it, sort of tried, sort of didn't do it. And it's sort of like life, right? Like I sort of put an effort into to make sure that was part of my focus with my day-to-day life. And I guess I say sort of, because I was sort of 50-50, wasn't really there, it wasn't really a priority in my life to get down to that weight. And I think that's how life goes, right? If you don't put 100% into it, you're not going to get results. So anyway, so I went from about 96 kilos, 95, 96 kilos, and I got myself down to 92. And I don't know why, but it seemed like that 92 kilos, I would train hard, I would eat properly and all this sort of stuff. And again, I got to that sticking point where I just feel like I wasn't moving forward. And then what happened was I got to 92 kilos and I stayed to 92 and I went back up to 93 and then I broke 92 and I went, oh cool, I'm down to 91. And then for some reason the very next day I went back up to 92 and a half and I'm like, man, this is crazy, this is nuts. I don't know what's going on here. So in any event, what happened is I was thinking to myself, like, I've just got to work even harder now, but I've just got to keep going. I've got to keep pushing this forward, keep making this happen. So what ended up happening was I just kept working hard, and I got down to 90 kilos. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm down to 90 kilos right now, and I'm like, oh, I got this. Like this, I got to my goal weight. I'm like, you know what? My next goal weight is 88. I want to get down to 88 kilos. And I get down to 88, and I got myself down to 88, and I stuck there. I just stopped there. And I'm like, all right, now I'm down to 88. I want to get down to 87. So 87 was my last goal. I'm like, I want to see if I can get to 87 kilos. And then I went back up to 89 and a half, and then I went to 88 and a half, and then I went, and then I had like a cheat meal, and I went back up to 90 kilos, and then this is me weighing myself every day, and I just couldn't seem to break that. It was 88 even, or 88 and a half, 88.5. I just couldn't seem to break that. In the last 2 weeks, I've been around that 88 kilos, just trying to break that kilo mark. And I don't know what happened, but I've worked a bit harder now on my diet, worked a bit harder in the actual gym itself. And this morning I woke up and I was 77 and a half kilos. And it was a barrier that I couldn't break, but it broke. And I'm giving this analogy to you because I think that's how life is, right? Is that we see that we may do something for a while, we may make a lot of progress, but we may get stuck. We may feel like we can't break through. And that's the point where, and that's the area where you need to keep going, keep pushing through, break past the sticking points, and that's how you make massive progress in your area or in your life. I guess in any area, relationships, when it comes to your business, when it comes to trading, health and fitness, is that you're all gonna get to those points where you're gonna feel a bit stuck, and it feels like there's an invisible barrier stopping you from moving forward. Plateaus. That's the word. That's the word. Plateaus. How do you break through plateaus? And so there we go, guys. That's what this video is all about. Is give a bit of encouragement that if you are going through a plateau, if you're going through a sticking point, breaking past those sticking points in life to keep moving forward. And I hope my story over the last couple of months of me trying to go from 96 down to where I am now, I hope that gives you some encouragement just to keep pushing through. Even if you're not seeing the results, you just got to keep working hard and keep pushing through because if you keep pushing through, you'll break through that plateau, you'll break through that barrier, and you'll make it. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.